Hey, so I'm Alex Zanzlanz, and I'm here to show you my bundle. So this is some. I'm here to show you my bundle. It
Oh,
has
jeez.
it has 11 games in it. This is something technically I've been working on for about 9 years here, and you can see the nine games laid out here with some nice 3D effects to get you hyped and pumped to play. Um, So the idea behind this bundle is that for the last 9 years, I've been making a bunch of games for game jams or just on the side, and they were all made in Flash. And once Flash ended, I had to have some kind of way to send it off or give them a home. And so I decided a bundle would be a great way to do it. And these are actually not running in Flash anymore. I ported them to my own game engine made in Hacks, and we need more Hacks developers. So definitely, if
No.
you're interested, um, and kind of like getting started in kind of like more programming related game development, I think Hacks is really cool. There's a lot of potential there. You can export to a lot of different platforms and um, make a bundle like I did. So I figured we could jump in, play a few of the games, see kind of um, what I was going for here, and if there's any questions, throw them at me. And I'm here with Mars and a few others.
On
So
Mars.
hi Mars. So right here I have Flipdress. This one I wanted to start with because people know what Tetris is. But let's try Tetris with a twist. So normally there is audio, but we don't have that here because with the bundle you can't show your entire screen and show the audio. But I think you would like the audio. It is heavily like chiptune inspired, retro kind of sound effects. And one of the games, Deceiver, got rated seventh place on a Ludum Dare um, competition. So if that sets the stage for that, definitely check it out for the
Woo.
music. Thank you. So here we go. I'll start off in Sunrise. Um, so you're used to Tetris where you try to fit the pieces together. But in this case, not only can you flip the pieces and have a wider region to place them, but you can also rotate the world. And so that sets it apart. You can't just make rows of pieces disappear. You actually have to make blocks. So it would be like a 4x4 region of blocks, and that will cause an explosion. So you get the most points, obviously, by getting more blocks. It speeds up over time. And as you complete more stages, you get different pieces. So you might get a 1x1 piece or a 1x2. It's kind of unheard of in the Tetris realm, but there's also bombs and acid. So that's kind of like the approach that I took with a lot of these. It's like, what kind of twist can I put on an idea or a topic and explore it to a good amount? If I'm doing a lot of these for game jams, then I'd want to obviously make something that's compelling to be played in a short amount of time and for as long as possible. So that's the approach that I took here.
I think
Um,
the graphics are pretty compelling too. Like I played a lot of puzzle games when I was younger. Um, like my mom and I back on the Genesis and stuff. And we were always drawn to like columns, with all the puzzle games and the theme that they all took on where all of the pieces were like brightly colored gems and everything was just super shiny.
yeah, and I like particles a lot, so I like to have a lot of chunky particles flashing up on the screen like that. So every
Oh,
time
I
it's
see the chunk. I
oh
see the
yeah,
chunk. It's there.
yeah, all these games are kind of inspired by like pixel graphics and all of that as well. Um, it's easy to kind of narrow in my art style by choosing something like that versus using what Flash is mostly known for, which is the vector graphic stuff. So you might not really look at this and say this is a Flash game immediately.
It
So
definitely doesn't look like
um,
it.
so that's this game. I won't spoil how what happens when you get 2,500 points, but it is a lot of particles. So that's always fun, and then you can continue playing afterwards. So I am going to hop off and try a different game. Does anyone have any recommendations from the main menu? What game you want to
Convey.
see next? You want to see Convey?
I want to see Convey because that is one captivating thumbnail.
You have 10 seconds to change everyone's mood. You
Can you
ready?
do it?
Can we?
I I don't know if I'm ready for this. It seems like a very tall order.
Well, so this one again was made for Ludum Dare. So I made 9 of these games for Ludum Dare. It's been a lot of fun. And one thing that you might notice is that it was actually ported by GoSteady. So I made the original games, and then I gave GoSteady kind of access to my game engine to help me port these, so that I could save a lot of time making this bundle. Um, so here we go. Your goal is to make everyone happy. Click on these messages below, and the prompts are up here. So these people will come up to you and say something, and you have to respond. Hey, nice T-shirt. Uh, I love you. Oh no, they're married. I didn't mean that. Oh, how else could I have meant it? I don't know. So they come at you with these questions. What's your name? Bruno Pencildev. Why do you ask? I know you from TV. I recognize you. Yes, I love your show. Oh man, I didn't have enough time to continue that conversation. They're lost. LOL, you're lost. Wink, and they wink back.
Ooh.
I get an achievement for it. um, oh no, does this dress make me look fat? There's really no right answer here. No. Have you seen my sister anywhere? Hmm. There are tons of people here. Her name is Patricia Wiley. Do you recognize that name? I
Her
found
name
her,
is
but I didn't have enough time.
Patricia, but his name is
Yeah.
Bo Doggy.
I
Jesse
guess so.
McGhost.
Um, so there's a little police solving thing here, in a sense. Do you want to cover up for this person? And then later you see on the screen there's a policeman. So what do you say? Do you cover up or not? Why so sad, clown? I can't find my nose. What does it look like? Well, we have something to search for. Um, so I have seen this person. Which way did he go? The right direction, the wrong direction? Uh, right direction. Positive. I made him happy. Do I like your afro? Of course. I love it. So I lost a lot of time on it. Sounds like a waste of time. No, I'm sure you do. I noticed it. Okay, well, let's see how we did. I mean, we said a lot of weird things, but how happy are people? How sad are people? How did we change their mood? In the end, kind of neutral, honestly. We got 2 very happy, 1 crying. Said something we shouldn't have probably. In the end, there's a lot of different ways to play. I unlocked all of them, but here's all the different achievements you could get. Um, and so that's kind of the theme of the bundle. How many achievements can you get? Can you complete all of these games? Some of these are actually kind of hard. um, so that's Convey. It's a little fast paced. So you have 10 seconds. The theme of the Ludum Dare competition for this one was 10 seconds. So that's where I took it.
So the next recommendation was the Spike Ball game.
Ah, yes, Strangle with a 1 for an I. Interesting naming. But destroy the sharp stars with your wrecking ball and avoid getting the cord cut. I think this one is kind of compelling because you get it once you start playing. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's just kind of fun to play. And especially the further on you get, the more satisfying it is, because you're stronger and there's more things coming at you. But I'm controlling the ball in the middle with my arrow keys, and I can swing and hit these spinning stars coming at you. Um, And the idea is that if they actually come in contact with the rope like that, they deal damage. So don't get your rope cut, but do destroy all the strings and level up. And there are power ups that come at you. They have to collect here. So I got this one that has kind of like this firework effect. And so the idea is you get past level 9 and you win the game. You get an achievement for every level that you pass here. So if you think you can get through all of them, that's pretty good to get 10 achievements. That's a tenth of the bundle. If you get all
That's
100
rad.
achievements, which no one has yet, so definitely go get the bundle, um, Zanzlanz's collector's bundle, and you'll get automatically tweeted on my account. I set up a bot that kind of congratulates users, gives them a compliment, and shows the achievements that they made as they played the game. So definitely, if you want that reward, if you want to be the first, there's still an opportunity. I know there are a couple people are pretty close, but you could definitely be first. I bet you could finish this in a week. You could probably finish it in a day if you're that good. If you pick up games quickly. I know Steven played it and he was picking up the games really quickly, so he would be a contender. Um, Steven from Flyover Games, the last person showing off his game. Um, But yeah, that's this game. As you can see, it is it gets increasingly complicated as it goes. There's different types of stars that fly at you. We haven't seen the other type that comes kind of at an angle and spirals in at you. Those are fun because you kind of already spin in a circle, so you can kind of go the opposite direction as them and have some sort of strategy as you go. But yeah, that's this game. Um, I assure you, it is very satisfying to swing around. um, I didn't win.
Oh no,
Instead
it
of I
looks
lost, I
satisfying.
didn't win. It is
It looks
satisfying. It
sat.
has a lot of weight to
Yeah,
it. And it was interesting to balance that weight. And
hmm
again, there's a lot of particles. I like particles.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
even just the background effect and how
yeah,
much use
Perlin
the
noise.
shifting color and stuff,
It goes
right?
far. Um,
Yeah. The one below Flipdress,
One below Flipdress. Um, this one is Hexagon Trivia.
Hexagon. Yeah.
Again, this is kind of just like a shameless tribute to Terry Kavanaugh's Super Hexagon. So if you really want the full experience of this one, definitely take a look at Super Hexagon and buy it. And again, there are flashing colors in this game, particularly as you get further along. So just kind of as a warning, I put it up front. Um, so this is kind of my approach at Hexagon or Super Hexagon as it came out. Um, Basically, it's the same thing except it's all one level. And Yeah, it's just the original one that I did. The original game when I made this was actually really it was interesting because it was very slow on Flash. So I designed it around it being laggy. So when I ported it and it ended up being like full frames per second, um, I actually had to make it simpler or like easier to play. I realized like I couldn't even complete all of the achievements, so I ended up nerfing it because when I ported it, it ended up being so much more smooth compared to the Flash version. So I thought that was interesting.
That is very interesting. I'm having such a hard time following it because I'm so mesmerized just by
Yes.
the patterns being created themselves. And
Oh
I'm a big
man.
fan of the inspiration, of course, but I think it's
Yeah,
wonderful for some of these jams to be like um, kind of derivative, but again, your own take on it.
definitely check out the originals. Highly recommended. But this is kind of like a slice of that made into kind of a quick jam game. Um, yeah, and definitely, I think this one is the hardest achievement to get is to get the all achievements in this one. Um, it's something that a lot of these you get the mechanic and you can learn it and play and kind of get through the entire game quickly. There's some bigger challenges like this one, ARBF, alternate reality boss fight. You One of the achievements is playing with one hand, which means you have to switch between playing or using the shooter um, with your gun or using the movement keys. And you can cheat, but like it's really hard. You might as well just play with one hand if you're gonna try to cheat that because it can get you. Um, but Hexagon Tribute surviving 240 seconds is the biggest achievement here on that one, I would say. If you're up for the challenge, and if you think you can do that, then you can do the bundle and get tweeted. But
Look
here's
at
all the
that.
achievements. Quite a few of them.
Is there another game that folks want to see that Alice can play?
Yeah, how much time do we have for another game?
Yeah, maybe just like one more real quick.
Sweet. What are we looking at?
Otherwise, I'm just gonna recommend DC.
Deceiver. This one is the one where I got the highest score on Ludum Dare for music. So I wish you guys could hear it, but it's very like chunky, chiptune sounds. Um, yeah, so this one's interesting because it's kind of like a diagonal auto shooter flying game. You'll see. It auto shoots and all the pixels are sideways, which I thought was a really interesting art style to choose. Um, and it's really tightly balanced, I would say. You have like just enough amount of ammo to plan out getting through without getting damaged. And as it gets harder as it goes on, you have to make sure that you're using that ammo very accurately, get you in tight situations. Um, but yeah, again, these were all made for like, or most of them were made for jam games. I missed out one. So if you let the seeds pass you, um, it will it'll dock a heart for you, and then you have some damage frames to continue after that. And then if you run into a wall, you get damaged and lose a point as well. There's also a leaderboard if you wanted to play this on Newgrounds. In fact, all of these games are on Newgrounds already. They're on my website already. If you want to play without getting achievement, um, and that's the brilliance of hacks is that I could re-release my Flash games into the world, and you don't need Flash to play them. So that was one of
Uh,
the goals as well.
we had one question too before we kind of close on out of here. Random developer asked, "Have you considered porting any of these to mobile?"
Yeah, it's a really good question. A lot of them, I'd say, work best in their original medium, which is web. But some of them, like this one, especially, like it's very mobile friendly, and I always kind of wanted to take that approach of cleaning them up and making them into mobile games. But yeah, I don't know. I have other mobile games that I wanted to start with first, and then if I wanted to kind of backtrack and go back to my older games and port those to mobile, I think that would be a cool thing to do. It's just so many projects.
Mhm.
um, but yeah, some of them work better than others, and I would be interested in that if I have the spare time and the know-how to make mobile games um, in the bag. Because I have some that I really want to start with a mobile game. I want to have like Spike Tower is one of my other projects that I really want to start with as mobile games, and then continue to games like this. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that was my bundle. You only saw a glimpse of what there is to offer. Once you complete all of them, this bar fills up, and then you can click on this trophy for an animation. Otherwise, once you accomplish that, you can submit your name to the winners leaderboard and get tweeted. So definitely check out Zanzlanz's collector's bundle, please.
Who's it going to be? Who's going to win? Who's going to do it?
Yeah, I'm really interested. I can't wait to like wake up one morning and see like a tweet on my own account. That'd be so weird.
There's going to
Um,
be a documentary of it where somebody's going to like chronicle the work that you've done and this like one like rare thing that just hasn't been done because there's like there's something that nobody knows, but a big secret to find out, and then somebody found it on the
fun fact.
eve of 2029.
Fun fact. A random developer in the chat right now. He paid for this bundle in Oreos, and I'm not accepting anyone else to do that. That was a one-off thing, but because in my trailer, I mentioned that you could pay in Oreos. Just kidding. He did it, and it came with like this Oreo dunking kit where you could just like pick up Oreos and pick up Oreos from here, have this attached to your cup, and dunk it in the milk and all that. So thank you, a random developer, for doing that. Um, but if you don't want to do that, probably pay on itch.io.
Cold hard cash, credit,
Yeah,
PayPal.
unfortunately. And itch doesn't take Dogecoin, unfortunately. So you're going to have to actually go into fiat currency for this one. It's $5. Um, so $5 for 11 games, I think that's worth it. Humbly worth it. I mean, that's Zanzan's
Yes.
collector's bundle. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Zanzlanz. Evan, Joel, I'm going to pass it over to you folks in the studio.
Thank you, Sans. That was great.